The rise of digitally native businesses, a new blueprint for Web3 value creation. Introduction: the shift from speculation to structure. For years, the crypto landscape has been dominated by speculation. Meme coins surged and crashed. NFT projects launched overnight with lofty promises and vanished just as quickly. The dream of decentralized technology seemed to drift further from utility and closer to entertainment. Crypto as a casino, not a revolution. But something is changing. We're now witnessing the early formation of a new kind of business, one that is digitally native, Web3 enabled, and economically sustainable. These aren't projects built on hype. They're built on clear models of ownership, content, and community. This exposition offers a blueprint for those businesses. It speaks to the crypto builders and content creators who are searching for the next phase of value creation, one that avoids the traps of physical world overhead and speculative noise. We are outlining the business model that could finally deliver on crypto's long-promised potential. Let's define what makes these businesses different and why this is where the next wave of innovation will thrive. Section 2. What is a digitally native business? A digitally native business is one that exists entirely within the digital realm, designed from day one to operate without real-world friction. These businesses don't ship physical goods, maintain warehouses, or navigate cross-border logistics. Instead, they produce and distribute digital assets that are easy to scale, easy to secure, and cheap to maintain. What defines them isn't just what they lack, it's what they leverage. Digital content that can be protected through copyright or IP law, internet-native audiences built on community, culture, and participation, token-based access and incentive models that are native to Web3. In this model, the core product is something digitally constructed but economically real. A membership token that grants access to exclusive content, a digitally native collectible that anchors a brand community, a content subscription layer powered by token gating and tiered experiences, or even an AI agent trained on proprietary data accessible only to token holders. These are assets that do not rust, rot, or require insurance. When self-custodied, they incur no maintenance cost. They are infinitely scalable, with near zero marginal cost of replication. And because they are moated by copyright, they give the creator economic leverage. A digitally native business is one that chooses digital assets over physical inventory, tokenized relationships over traditional subscriptions, owned IP over borrowed content. It's a model designed to scale on the rails of the internet and monetize on the principles of ownership and community, not speculation. 3. Why old models fail: aggregators, logistics, and real-world baggage. To understand why digitally native businesses represent the future, we must understand why earlier internet business models, especially those repurposed for Web3, are failing to scale sustainably. 1. The aggregator trap: no ownership, no leverage. Many early internet businesses were built on aggregation: collect, summarize, and redistribute existing content. But aggregation has an inherent ceiling: it lacks ownership. Whether you're curating news headlines, viral videos, or product listings, you're dependent on someone else's intellectual property. This creates two major problems. Copyright liability: as soon as you monetize someone else's content, e.g. via ads, you owe them a cut or face legal action. Value flow: aggregators inadvertently work for the content creators. Traffic flows upstream, and the aggregator becomes an unpaid distributor. Even AI-enhanced aggregation can't escape this trap. Rephrasing content doesn't remove the dependency on source material. Without ownership, you have no moat. 2. Real-world business equals real-world overhead. On the other end of the spectrum are internet businesses that interface heavily with the physical world: e-commerce, food delivery, ride-sharing, logistics. These models generate real revenue, but at great cost. Every physical interaction brings supply chain complexity, regulatory hurdles, labor requirements, storage and insurance, shrinking margins. The more a digital business interacts with the real world, the more fragile and resource-heavy it becomes. Scale amplifies cost, not profit. 3. No moat, no model. Most Web3 projects fall into one of two traps. They aggregate without ownership, or they mimic real-world businesses, inviting the same overhead and regulation. Neither path offers a durable competitive edge. Both are stuck playing by old rules. What's needed now is a new model, one that is native to the internet, powered by original IP, and protected by digital scarcity. That brings us to the pillars of the next generation. The pillars of the new model. The next generation of businesses won't be defined by how much they can scale in the real world. They'll be defined by how elegantly they scale in the digital one. The key is designing digitally native businesses with built-in moats, minimal drag, and strong community alignment. Here are the 5 foundational pillars of this emerging model. 1. Content ownership, the copyright moat. At the core of every viable digital native business is original content. Owning IP changes the game. It enables legal protection against unauthorized use, monetization via licensing, ads, or exclusivity, moats against aggregators or AI remixers. Whether it's long-form writing, videos, AI models, or software code, the business must own what it sells. That ownership creates the leverage. Digital asset architecture, NFTs and SPL ERC20 tokens. Tokenized assets introduce scarcity, access control, and community participation. NFTs anchor ownership of unique content, collectibles, or credentials. ERC20 SPL tokens can represent access rights, loyalty points, or governance power. Tokens are programmable, meaning you can automate tiered access, royalties, voting, or contributions. These aren't just speculative chips. They are the infrastructure of digital economies. 3. Community and audience, the network consumer base. In Web3, the user isn't just a consumer, they're a contributor, investor, and evangelist. Digitally native businesses turn followers into stakeholders, incentivize participation through access, status, or rewards, blur the lines between creators and community. Loyalty becomes liquidity, community becomes distribution, and the audience becomes the engine. 4. Minimal friction, low cost, infinite scale. By staying digital, these businesses avoid inventory management, shipping, customs and warehousing, physical risk, regulation, and degradation. With no physical infrastructure to maintain, every unit sold costs nearly zero to reproduce. This is where internet-native economics dominate: high margin, low overhead, infinitely scalable. 5. Web3 tokenomics, FOMO access, and incentives. The emotional and economic engine of this model lies in the token mechanics. FOMO-based access tiers, early content for high-paying holders, token-gated experiences, events, discords, exclusive drops, loyalty staking, or contribution rewards, engage to earn. Done right, tokenomics aligns incentives between creator and community and replaces traditional paywalls with programmable access layers. These 5 pillars combine to form a model tailored for internet-native success, not by imitating legacy businesses, but by building on the superpowers of digital ownership and decentralized architecture. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Section 5. Case Studies in Decentralized Differentiation. To understand how these pillars manifest in practice, we can analyze how different types of tokens and internet-native experiments have succeeded or failed to build sustainable value. The lens we'll use here is decentralized differentiation, the ability for a project to evolve into distinct, value-creating niches through organic, community-led, or modular development. Let's break it down. 1. Celebrity tokens, flash without substance. Celebrity-backed meme coins often dominate headlines, but rarely survive beyond the pump. Why? No utility beyond hype, no content moat, no tokenized ecosystem, no differentiation, just replication. These projects hit a ceiling fast. Without depth or direction, they dump, crash, and vanish. Conclusion: no decentralized differentiation, no foundation. 2. Community meme coins, early signals, still evolving. Community meme tokens like Doge and Pepe may lack initial utility, but some are beginning to pivot, adding token-gated chats or marketplaces, launching merch, media, or collaborative creative projects, exploring DAO structures and narrative extensions. While still speculative, some organic growth is emerging through experimentation. They represent the potential of decentralized differentiation if they commit to utility and culture. Conclusion: work in progress. Differentiation emerging, but fragile. 3. NFT ecosystems with token attachments. Some NFT projects have expanded beyond digital art by launching community tokens, access to voting rights, whitelisting for future drops, revenue sharing, or creative participation. While sometimes ad hoc, these experiments hint at real ecosystem growth, especially when content, community, and incentives align. Conclusion: decentralized differentiation in motion. The strongest examples pair owned IP with tokenized participation. 4. AI tokens, a new frontier of utility. The most promising and structurally differentiated sector is AI-based tokens. Here, we see real MVPs and clear economic roles emerging across multiple dimensions. AI frameworks, launchpads and infrastructure for deploying specialized models. Agentic AI, autonomous bots that complete tasks, interact with users, and earn value. DeFi X AI, intelligent risk assessment, on-chain signal analysis, autonomous trading. AI swarms, modular agents that collaborate and exchange services, entire economies of bots. These tokens are not just financial instruments. They represent digital labor, decentralized intelligence, and composable systems. They're evolving in real time and spawning entirely new submarkets. Conclusion: high decentralized differentiation. MVPs exist, clear use cases. This is where the blueprint becomes real. The lesson? Tokens only become valuable when they differentiate and when they plug into systems that generate actual utility. That's the bar for the next era. Section 6, a vision for the new era. The Web3 space has matured past its early speculative phase. What's coming next isn't just another hype cycle, it's a foundational shift in how businesses are conceived, built, and sustained in the digital age. This new era won't be led by centralized platforms, warehouse-backed startups, or middlemen platforms scraping for margins. It will be shaped by digitally native creators, decentralized protocols, and communities bound by ownership and participation, not by passive consumption. Here's what defines this new digital frontier: digital-only businesses with real economic gravity. These businesses are not tied to location, inventory, or physical infrastructure. They can reach global audiences instantly with near-zero distribution cost. They scale on internet time, rapidly, flexibly, and efficiently. This isn't theory. It's already happening in early-stage AI protocols, NFT-powered microeconomies, and tokenized media platforms. IP ownership plus tokenization equals a defensible moat. When you combine content IP ownership with Web3 token mechanics, you unlock the ultimate leverage: the moat of copyright, the scale of digital, the economic flywheel of tokenized community participation. This model rewards the creator and the community while disintermediating legacy rent seekers. No logistics, no regulation, no bloat. By staying digital, you avoid shipping, customs, and fulfillment. You bypass traditional financial rails and overhead. You eliminate many regulatory burdens tied to physical goods or real-world infrastructure. This is not escapism, it's optimization. The more digital native your business, the fewer friction points exist between you and your market. From speculation to architecture, crypto is no longer just about price action. It's becoming a design system, a toolkit for building new models of business, ownership, and coordination. Web3 is not just financial, it is architectural. The businesses of tomorrow will be designed with composable value systems, community-aligned economics, intelligent autonomous agents, and tokenized access to exclusive, creator-owned digital assets. We're watching the early infrastructure of a new economic paradigm being laid down in real time. Those who recognize it and build with it won't just ride the next wave, they'll shape it. Conclusion: build the moat, own the channel, mint the future. We've reached a turning point. The speculative era of crypto showed us what was possible. Now we're entering the era that will show us what is sustainable. To build lasting value in Web3, we must abandon the failed models of the past. No more mimicking real-world businesses weighed down by logistics. No more dependency on aggregated content we don't own. No more hollow tokens without purpose or differentiation. Instead, we must focus on creating digitally native businesses, entities built entirely within the digital realm, powered by original, copyright-protected content. Web3 native monetization tools like SPL ERC20 tokens and NFTs. Community as a core business asset, not an afterthought. frictionless scalability, and software-driven distribution. These businesses will mint digital assets, not ship physical goods. They will incentivize participation, not extract attention. They will own their channels and their audience relationships, and will build moats around those relationships using IP and tokenomics. Crypto isn't just about money, it's about models. And this is the model that works. The call to action. To the builders, creators, and communities, this is your moment. The blueprint is being drawn, the pieces are falling into place, and the race to shape this new landscape is already underway. If you want to win in the next cycle, don't just buy the next meme token. Create something that no one else owns. Tokenize it, protect it, and build your digital empire on the foundation of ownership, not speculation. This is the rise of digitally native businesses. This is where Web3 becomes real, and this is your map forward.